Yeah, when I was on Evansville, I did motor patrol. I was one of the founding members of the bicycle patrol unit. Did that for 4 years. I was able to be a field training officer for a period of time, where I helped train the new officers when they hit the street. I was on the honor guard, so we performed ceremonial details, including funerals. Became a motor patrol sergeant about 7 or 8 years into my career, and did that for a little bit, and then took over the crime prevention unit. So I supervised all of the officers that worked with the neighborhood associations across Evansville. And then when Billy Boland was appointed chief of police in 2012, he tapped me to be the public information officer for his administration. Normally that was a 2-year assignment. I got in there and absolutely fell in love with the mission. It wasn't just about being on TV, it was about communicating with the public and making sure that they knew that the work being done by the police department was leading to successful arrest. I got a lot into the community engagement aspect of it, which actually is my favorite, getting out and working with community groups, especially kids. And I ended up doing that for 8 years prior to my retirement in 2020. So far exceeded my 2-year goal of being PIO. Like I mentioned earlier, it's not just about the communications with the community, it's the opportunity to do the community outreach. I spent a little bit of time in Henderson growing up. We camped a lot at the Henderson State Park, or at Audubon State Park here in Henderson. Being able to come over here, it's kind of a full circle moment for me. There were other kids that camped there that were from Henderson. The Satterfield family here from Henderson played a big role in my childhood. They're still around. So being able to come over and to do the community engagement in a new community is important. They've never had a full-time PIO here in Henderson, so now we have that with me coming over. There's a lot of great work being done by the men and women of the Henderson Police Department. Being in a full-time role will allow me to spend time getting to know them, learning about the work that they're doing, not just the law enforcement part, but the non-enforcement engagement stuff, where they're going to community events, and being able to share that with the Henderson community. The more they know about the work that's being done, it builds trust in those officers and in the detectives and in the support staff. So when things are going on in the community, they're more compelled to collaborate with us to help solve crimes. I think with the modern technology that's out there, there are people in the community that can give some insight into activity that's happening in their neighborhoods. They're posting pictures and videos. Hey, there's all these police cars here. I saw somebody in handcuffs. The upside to that is it helps educate the public that police officers are out in the community doing things to keep people safe. The downside is they're the ones giving the narrative. They're telling the story. If you don't have someone within the police department that can give the police department's story, sometimes that information can get misinterpreted. Sometimes it can be flat out wrong depending on the attitude and the agenda of the person that's posting it. So it's important that you have agencies dedicated to transparency, so they can not only educate the public on things that are going on, but can address concerns that come up. Most of the time when I was in Evansville, if I had an issue that would come up, it wasn't that the officers had done something wrong, there was a lack of knowledge of the law and how it pertains to policing and departmental policies. So a lot of times if we said, yes, this is what happened and the officer did this, but we explained the legalities of it, most people were okay at that point, versus 15, 20 years ago where it was, well, hey, this is just how we do it, go about your business. And it's important to interact with the community in that level, even when they're expressing concerns. We are the most visible entity of any government agency. There's a lot of city services that are provided, but we're here 24/7. We're in marked vehicles, we're doing car stops, we're helping people that are stranded on the side of the road. We're going to calls for service, from domestic violence to noise complaints. So people see us all the time, and it's important to be able to communicate with them that, yes, we're in your neighborhood, here's what's going on, here's what happened yesterday. If it is a controversial incident involving a member of our department and a member of the community, we want to make sure that we're being transparent. Having someone in a role full time allows them to build that trust and lines of communication in the community. And that's beneficial to everybody. So if something happens 6 months from now and I go out into the community and I share a message, the goal is for people to go, okay, we understand who this person is, we understand what he's doing in the community on a daily basis when there's not a controversy, and it helps at a minimum open the lines of communication so they will at least listen, and then hopefully that dialogue leads to an understanding and mutual respect. I just think it is the positive outcomes. It's a little bit of everything. It's utilizing all of the skills that I've put together over the years to culminate in individual moments. So anytime I interact with the public, that is a special moment for me and that individual, and making sure that I'm thinking back to all of the other experiences that I've had and being able to provide a positive interaction with that person. From going to a facility that caters to special needs individuals, utilizing the skills that I've learned over the years, even as a school resource officer when I'd go to the life skills class and interact with those students, just keeping those things in mind. And when I walk away from that interaction, I want those people to go, the police are good. When things are bad, everybody refers to us as the police. They can do the same thing when it's been a positive experience. And I mean, I think that's the most rewarding is knowing that I can represent a profession in a positive way, that I can do small things that add up. So when our officers and our detectives are out on the street, they can benefit from that.